Welcome back to AI Unraveled, the podcast that cuts through all the hype to help you figure out what's really going on in AI.
That's where we try to get to the bottom of it all.
I'm your host.
And I'm the AI expert.
And this show is produced by Etienne Newman, a senior software engineer.
And soccer dad.
From Canada. If you're digging our deep dives, make sure to hit subscribe on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, so you don't miss a single episode.
So let's get into it today, huh? We got a whole bunch of articles and research on the latest in AI.
A lot going on.
And it's clear that things are moving crazy fast.
They really are.
We're seeing this huge surge in AI agent development. OpenAI and Manus are like leading the charge there.
They are.
Google's pushing the limits, as always, with their AI models.
Right.
Gemma 3 is out.
Yeah?
They're making some pretty serious moves in robotics.
Very cool stuff.
Plus, there's all this buzz about how AI is going to revolutionize creative fields like writing and coding.
Right. It could really change things.
And on top of all that, we've got some major shakeups happening in the semiconductor industry, with Intel thinking about making a pretty surprising move.
Yeah, nobody saw that one coming. It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
But that's what we're here for.
It is.
Today, we're going to break down these complex developments and figure out what it all means for you.
Exactly. So let's start with this whole explosion of AI agents.
Yeah.
OpenAI just dropped a ton of new tools for building these autonomous helpers.
Right.
And people are pretty excited about the potential here.
And they should be. It's a really big deal.
It is.
What's really interesting is that OpenAI isn't just focused on building flashy demos.
Okay.
They really want to make AI agents practical and easy for developers to use.
So it's not just a bunch of hype.
No, not at all. For example, their new Responses API combines features from their older APIs and adds some brand new capabilities that could really change the game for businesses.
Okay, give me an example.
Well, imagine an AI agent that can not only search the web for information, but can also go through all your computer files.
Okay.
All while following your instructions.
That's pretty powerful.
It is, and that's the kind of power they're giving to developers now.
And it's not just about single agents working alone.
No, not at all. OpenAI also came out with the Agents SDK, which helps developers manage multiple agents all working together on more complicated tasks.
Oh, okay. I see.
It's kind of like an orchestra.
Okay.
You need a conductor to make sure all the different instruments are playing together nicely, right? To make beautiful music.
Yeah.
That's what the Agents SDK does for these AI agents.
Makes sense.
It lets them work together, pass off tasks to each other, and basically function as a team. This could be incredibly powerful for automating those really complex workflows and processes that businesses deal with.
Yeah, so it's not just about one agent doing one thing.
Right, exactly. It's about them working together.
We're seeing this play out in the real world, too. Manus, this company in China, is also gaining a lot of traction in the AI agent space.
They are.
They just partnered up with Alibaba's Qwen team, which shows that they're serious about developing those advanced AI agents, especially for the Chinese market.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It is.
And what's really cool about Manus is they were already getting some impressive results using existing language models like Anthropic's Claude.
Really?
Yeah, even before this new partnership, they were doing well. It shows how important it is to make those user-friendly tools and intuitive interfaces. You can have the most powerful AI models in the world, but if developers can't easily use them to build practical applications, then it's all kind of pointless.
Yeah, it's like having a Ferrari but not knowing how to drive stick.
Exactly.
So it really sounds like 2025 might actually be the year of the AI agent, like everyone's been saying.
It really feels like we're at a tipping point, you know?
Yeah.
We're moving past all the theoretical stuff and actually seeing real tools and applications emerge that can change the way we work and live.
While OpenAI and Manus are busy with AI agents, Google's making some big moves of their own. They just unveiled Gemma 3. It's their new AI model, and it's getting a lot of attention for its efficiency, language support, and just its overall performance.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
It is.
One of the most notable things about Gemma 3 is its huge context window.
Context window.
Yeah, basically it can handle 128,000 tokens, which means it can process and understand much larger chunks of text compared to older models.
So, like, how much bigger are we talking?
Think of it like trying to summarize a long research paper versus like a short news article.
Okay, yeah.
Gemma 3's larger context window allows it to understand all the little nuances and connections in much larger amounts of information, so you get more accurate and insightful results.
So it's not just about speed, it's about understanding.
Exactly.
And it's not just about text either.
Right.
Google designed Gemma 3 to be great at visual reasoning, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Seems like they're aiming to create an AI model that can handle pretty much anything, from language translation to analyzing images and who knows what else.
Yeah, a true multi-talented model. And this versatility extends into the physical world, too. Alongside Gemma 3, they also announced Gemini Robotics and Gemini Robotics ER.
Robotics, like actual robots.
Like actual robots, yeah.
Wow.
They're designed to master real-world tasks.
Okay.
And they have the potential to revolutionize industries like manufacturing and logistics, and even impact those everyday tasks we do at home.
It's kind of mind-blowing to think about how these advancements could change the world around us, like AI robots working with humans in factories, optimizing supply chains,
Right.
maybe even doing chores around the house.
That's the idea. It's an area ripe for innovation, and Google's clearly going all in on AI-powered robotics. Their work could seriously change how we interact with the physical world in the next few years.
Now, while we're on the topic of what AI can do, let's talk about its potential in creative fields. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, recently hinted at a new model that's supposedly a pretty amazing storyteller, especially when it comes to metafiction.
Metafiction.
Yeah, metafiction.
Oh, interesting.
You know, that type of storytelling that plays with the lines between fiction and reality.
Right, breaks the fourth wall.
Exactly. Yeah, it draws attention to the fact that it's all made up, blurring the lines between the author, the reader, and the characters in the story. It's pretty complex.
It is, requires a deep understanding of storytelling and a kind of self-awareness, which makes it a fascinating challenge for AI.
For sure.
Yeah.
But can an AI really capture those deep emotions and that originality we associate with great storytelling? It's almost like comparing a perfect technical drawing to a painting that evokes deep emotions.
That's a good analogy.
Both are impressive in their own way, but they're doing very different things.
You're right. While this new model, being able to write metafiction, is impressive, it's important to remember that AI, at least for now, doesn't have those lived experiences and that emotional intelligence that often drive truly captivating stories.
So there's still a human element to creativity that AI hasn't quite figured out yet.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But with how fast things are moving, who knows what the future holds? Now, before we jump to the next topic, I just wanted to remind everyone that this podcast is made possible by the awesome support of people like you. If you're enjoying our deep dives and finding them valuable, please consider making a donation to help us keep the show running and ad-free.
Yeah, we really appreciate your support. It helps us keep the lights on.
You can find donation links in the show notes. Every little bit helps us keep bringing you the latest insights from the world of AI.
Absolutely. Picking up where we left off, it's amazing how connected everything is in the tech world. You know, we've been talking about AI agents, robotics, even semiconductors, and how they all feed into the future of AI. It's like watching this really intricate dance unfold where each move impacts the next one.
Exactly. And one of the most interesting parts of this dance is how AI is starting to change the creative landscape. I mean, we touched on OpenAI's new metafiction model, but that's just one example of AI's growing potential in the arts. It makes you wonder about the whole nature of creativity, you know.
Yeah, for centuries we've thought of creativity as something unique to humans, but now with AI making art, composing music, even writing pretty compelling stories, we have to rethink what it means to be creative.
It's like we're entering this new renaissance where technology is pushing the boundaries of artistic expression and opening up all sorts of new possibilities for humans and machines to work together.
It's definitely exciting, but it comes with responsibility too. You know, we need to be aware of how AI might affect artists and the creative industries as a whole.
Absolutely. It's important to make sure that these AI tools are used ethically and responsibly, that they empower artists instead of replacing them. We need to find ways for human creativity and AI to coexist and thrive together.
And speaking of navigating new territory, we can't ignore AI's potential impact on the world of work. You know, Dario Amode's prediction about AI writing 90% of the world's code in the next year has really got people talking about the future of programming and what it means for human developers.
Yeah, it's a bold prediction for sure. Some people see it as a threat, like human programmers are going to become obsolete, but others see it as an opportunity, a chance for programmers to focus on more creative and strategic work while AI takes care of the routine coding tasks.
I think it's important to have a balanced view. You know, it's true that AI can automate certain coding tasks, but it's not going to completely replace human programmers anytime soon. What's more likely is a shift towards human-AI collaboration, where programmers use AI tools to be more productive and focus on the bigger picture problem solving.
So it's more about finding the right mix of human ingenuity and AI's power recognizing the strengths of both and using them effectively.
Exactly. And that brings us back to the importance of those user-friendly tools and interfaces.
Yeah.
The easier it is to use these AI tools, the better equipped programmers will be to integrate them into their work and really harness their full potential.
Makes sense. It's not enough to have powerful AI models. They have to be accessible and usable for the people who are going to be working with them. It's about empowering humans to work side by side with AI.
Now, shifting gears a bit, we've talked a lot about software and algorithms, but we can't forget about the hardware that makes all this AI development possible. That potential shift in the semiconductor industry with Intel considering outsourcing manufacturing could have a huge impact on AI's future.
Yeah, it's a reminder that AI isn't happening in a vacuum. It's closely tied to other industries, and any major changes in those industries can have ripple effects throughout the AI landscape.
Absolutely. The availability, cost, and performance of chips directly affects how quickly and how effectively we can develop and deploy new AI technologies. If Intel does outsource manufacturing, it could shake things up in the semiconductor industry, maybe giving companies like TSMC and NVIDIA even more power.
And as we mentioned earlier, this isn't just a business issue. It has global implications, too.
Yeah.
The U.S. government being involved in these discussions shows how important semiconductor manufacturing is. It affects a country's ability to compete in the tech world.
It's a complicated game with a lot at stake for the future of AI. The decisions made about manufacturing could determine which companies and countries end up leading AI development in the years to come.
It's fascinating how all these seemingly separate things, AI agents, robotics, creative writing, semiconductor manufacturing, are all interconnected in the big picture of AI development. It really shows how transformative this technology is. But we've covered a lot already, and there's still so much to explore. So stay tuned for part 3 of our deep dive, where we'll dig into even more exciting developments in the AI world.
And while you're waiting, we encourage you to think about the role you want AI to play in your life and in shaping the future of our world. Welcome back to AI Unraveled. Before we took a break, we were talking about all the exciting advancements in AI-powered robotics.
Yeah, it's amazing to see how these robots are already changing industries and the way we interact with the physical world.
Totally, but like with any powerful new technology, it's important to think about the ethical side of AI, especially as it becomes more and more a part of our lives.
That's a really good point. We can't just get caught up in all the cool possibilities without thinking about the potential downsides and risks.
Exactly. One of the biggest ethical concerns with AI is bias. AI systems learn from huge data sets, and if those data sets have existing societal biases, well, the AI can end up making those biases even worse.
Yeah, that's a scary thought. We've already seen cases where biased algorithms have led to some really unfair outcomes in things like hiring, lending, even in the criminal justice system.
It's a real problem, and we need to be aware of it. We need to work hard to reduce bias in these AI systems. That means carefully choosing the data they learn from, developing algorithms that are fair and transparent, and having ways to hold them accountable.
It's about making sure AI is used to make things more fair and equal, not to make existing problems worse.
Right. Another big ethical concern is privacy. Think about it. AI systems are collecting and analyzing tons of data about our behaviors, our preferences, how we interact with things. We need to protect people's privacy and keep that sensitive information safe.
We need clear rules and regulations about how that data is collected, stored, and used. People should have control over their own personal data, and their privacy should be respected.
Absolutely. And as AI gets more sophisticated, we also need to think about what it means for human autonomy, our ability to make our own choices. We have to be careful about how AI could be used to manipulate or control people and make sure humans are still the ones making the important decisions.
It's like finding that balance between using AI's power and making sure humans still have free will.
Exactly. In the end, developing and using AI ethically is everyone's responsibility. Researchers, developers, policymakers, and the public all need to work together.
We need to talk openly and honestly about the good and bad that can come from AI and work together to make sure it's used to benefit everyone.
Well said. As we wrap up this deep dive into AI, I want to leave you with one last thought. AI is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
It's our job to make sure AI helps create a world that's more just, more fair, and sustainable for everyone.
A world where AI empowers us, helps us do more, and helps us solve some of the biggest challenges facing our planet.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. We hope you found it interesting and thought-provoking.
And remember, the conversation doesn't stop here. Keep exploring the world of AI, keep asking questions, challenge what you think you know, and be a part of shaping the future of this amazing technology.
This has been AI Unraveled, the podcast that helps you understand what truly matters in the world of AI. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.